Hope you all are doing good and healthy. Today we will be discussing mode. Uh, discussing mode today. It's kind of a revision from what we did yesterday. I've summed up what we discussed. So let's have a brief introduction or revision of the topic. Mode. Mode is the value which occurs most frequently in a data set. So if there is a data, let's say English subject marks, okay, of first year BBA, I'm taking only English subject. So in English subject marks, which number of 70 you or 70 people out all 70 English marks I have taken, when I take this data set, the number which has occurred maximum number of times, that is occurred most number of times or most frequently. Let's say out of 70, 60 people have scored 80 marks. So 80 is the mode. Or let's say 55 people have scored 70 marks, 50 or 55 people. So 55 people have scored how much marks? 75. So 75 has occurred maximum number of times. That is occurred most frequently. That is why 75 is the value, marks, that is the mode of the data set observation. Likewise, mode is the value which has highest frequency. Frequency is nothing but how many number of times that number has occurred. You know the frequency distribution table, right? Like 10 to 20, 20 to 30. We do the tally bars, right? We do these tally bars. So what is this basically frequency? This is telling how many times this has occurred. Okay, how many times that number has occurred. So here mode is the value which has highest frequency. So here x, if I take, it is 15 and it is 25. The number which has highest frequency is the mode of the data. Okay, this is mode. Very simple to understand. Highest frequency, that number is the mode. So there are some assumptions when we do the calculations here. First one is continuous frequency distribution with exclusive class intervals. If a frequency distribution table is given and there is a grouped data, it has to be continuous frequency distribution. Continuous frequency distribution with exclusive class interval. That is even 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. This is how. So exclusive class intervals, continuous data. Second assumption is class intervals must be uniform. Width is same. Width is nothing but your magnitude. So magnitude of all the classes should be same. See, 10 to 20 magnitude is 10. 20 to 30 magnitude is 10. 30 to 40 magnitude is 10. Likewise, 40 to 50 magnitude is 10. So in all the data, grouped data, when all the class intervals must be uniform and the width should be same. So these are the two assumptions. One is continuous frequency distribution table with exclusive class intervals and uniform class intervals with same width. These are the two assumptions. Next is how to do the calculations. Okay. So frequency distribution table is given. This is the table which is given. For example, this is the frequency distribution. There is only one mode here. One mode in the sense there is only one number which has highest frequency. That is why we call it as unimodal. Unimodal in the sense only one number has highest frequency. So this is the data given. X is the value F is the frequency. So X is the value. A has occurred 3 times, B has occurred 4 times, likewise C, D, E. Okay, numbers. So here in this table, frequency distribution table, the X value which has highest frequency is the mode. Okay, is the mode. That is, mode is the value of variable, that is value of X with the highest frequency F. This is one. There is again second type of data in grouped data. When we have class intervals, how to calculate the mode? So grouped continuous frequency distribution table. See here, based on these two assumptions. One is continuous frequency distribution with class intervals, and class intervals must be uniform with same length. So this is frequency distribution table with your class intervals, right? Class intervals are given and frequency is given. Now, in this situation, how to calculate mode? So there is a formula here. Mode is equal to L plus H F1 minus F0 divided by 2 bracket F1 minus F0 minus F2. This is F2. So formula is L plus H bracket F1 minus F0 divided by 2 F1 minus F0 minus F2. Now, what is L here? L is lower class limit. H is magnitude. H is magnitude. F0, F1, F2. F0 is frequency above modal class frequency. F above modal class frequency. F1 is modal class frequency. And F2 is F below modal class frequency. Okay. Is here? They look very small. Just remember this. L is lower class limit. H is magnitude. F0 is frequency above modal class frequency. F01 is modal class frequency. And F2 is frequency below modal class. So if this is the class, this is F1, this is F0, and this is F2. Okay, very simple. We do the calculations, so we'll come to know how to find out modal class. That's the question here. How to find modal class? After finding modal class only, we will be able to know which is F1, which is F0, and which is F2. F0, F1, and F2 we can calculate or identify only when we know modal class. But how to know the modal class? So let's have a look. Now I told you how to calculate the mode. Okay. Now here, modal class is nothing but your class interval with highest frequency. Modal class is the class interval with highest frequency. That is your modal class. So when you know the modal class, you know lower and upper class intervals. You know the lower class interval, upper class interval, and also you know now F1, that is modal class frequency. When you know F1, you know F0 and F2. That is frequency above modal class, frequency below modal class frequency. So these are some of the this is how we calculate mode. But there is some problem. These two methods we can apply only when there is one frequency with highest, only one value with highest frequency. Okay. Applicable only when one class interval have highest frequency, or one value has occurred highest, or you can call it as frequently. It has occurred frequently. So it means if class intervals are given, then in all the class intervals, only one class interval should have highest frequency. And if class intervals are not given, just the data table X and Y is given, then only one value should have highest frequency. Then only these two methods of calculations can be applied. So such data is called as unimodal data. Unimodal. It means only one mode. That is one class interval with highest frequency. Then only you will be able to calculate using that formula, or just finding out the frequency, highest frequency, and telling what is the mode. What happens if two class intervals have same frequency, highest frequency, but it is there for two class intervals? How to calculate? Or X and Y. Okay, X is given, F is given. What if two X values have highest frequency same? If 7, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is 3, this is let's say 4, this is 5, this is 5, this is 2. Now here, these two values are same. These two values, the frequency is highest, but it is for two values of X, that is 3 and 4. So how to calculate mode for such class intervals? We call such data as bimodal data or multimodal data. Okay. So how to calculate this? So those two methods of calculating are applicable only when there is one mode, that is one class interval with highest frequency, or one variable with the highest frequency of occurrence. Then only it is applicable. Okay. So, and not applicable when data is bimodal or multimodal. In the sense, highest frequency is there in two or more than two class intervals. Same frequency, equal frequency, highest. Or irregular frequency distribution. In the sense, irregular frequency distribution in the sense, increase, decrease, again increase, again decrease. So if you have class interval, your frequency should go like this. Your frequency should increase and then decrease. So this is your highest frequency. and this is your mode. This is your highest frequency. Then only you will be able to find mode. But here, this is irregular frequency distribution. In this irregular frequency distribution, what is happening is frequency is increasing first, then decreasing, again increasing, again decreasing. In such data also, we will not be able to calculate mode using the two methods or formula which I told you. It is not possible to calculate. Okay. Now next is so there are two. We cannot calculate when it is bimodal or multimodal, or when it is the distribution is infrequent or irregular. Next point is if maximum frequency occurs in the beginning or if the maximum frequency is occurring in the beginning of the class intervals or at the end of class intervals in the data. So what I'm trying to say, your highest frequency is in 0 to 10 or your highest frequency is in 90 to 100. Then also you will not be able to calculate mode. How? If I say this is your modal class, then this is your F1. Where is F0? There is no frequency above modal class because 0 to 10 is the first class from where it is starting. So you will not be able to know the F0. Likewise, if it is coming in the last, highest frequency is in the last class. You know F1, you know F2. Sorry, you know F1, you know F0, but you don't know F2. F2 is below modal class. There is no class. So you will not be able to find F2. So in such cases also, you will not be able to calculate mode. So there are two methods for calculating mode when data is this type. When data is this type, that is bimodal or multimodal, or frequency distribution is irregular, or when the frequency, highest frequency is in the first class interval or in the last class interval, we can calculate mode by a different method called as grouping method. So here, for such data, mode is calculated using grouping method. Grouping method. When, so remember this grouping method, we are going to remember this grouping method, we are going to solve problems on this also. Grouping method when data is bimodal or say multimodal or irregular or highest frequency in the beginning or at the end at the last class interval. So we calculate using grouped method, grouping method. So in grouping method also, if we get two highest frequencies, or if you are not able to calculate, then there is a next technique, third method of calculating mode by using a formula called as relationship between mean, median, and mode. We can use this technique or this formula and calculate mode. What is the formula here? Or what is the relationship? Mode is equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. So we can use this formula and also calculate mode. So first, straight away, if the highest frequency, that value is the mode. Class intervals, highest frequency class interval is modal class. Use the formula, find out the mode. Next, if there are two class intervals with highest frequency, same frequency, highest frequency, two class intervals, then you can go for grouping method. From grouping method also, if you are not able to calculate, because the data is irregular, data is bimodal, multimodal, or starting or end of the class intervals, highest frequency has occurred, you use grouping method. From grouping method also, if you are not able to calculate, then you can use this relationship formula and calculate mode. Okay, so these are some of the methods of calculating mode. This is all about the theoretical part. Let's try and solve some problems on mode. We will explore on all the four or five methods from which we are going to calculate mode. Okay. So let's have a look at the calculations. Right. So let's see the first technique, first method of calculating mode. Okay. First method. So here, example 1. In first method, what is given? X is given and frequency is given. Okay. X is the value of variable. F is the how many number of times that value has occurred. Like English subject. The English subject, how many people, like English subject, 0 marks, 25 marks, 30 marks, 35 marks, 80 marks, 85 marks. Now, how many people have scored? 0 marks. How many people have scored? 25 marks. How many people have scored? 35 marks. Likewise. So, if X and F is given, so X say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the X values. And frequency, one has occurred, number 1 has occurred 3 times. Number 2 has occurred 1 time. Number this has occurred 18 times. This has occurred 25 times. This has occurred 40 times. This has occurred 30. This is 22. This is 10. This is 6. This is the first example. Okay. Now see, where is the highest frequency? Highest frequency is 40. So that is why this 5 is your mode. Therefore, highest frequency is 40. Corresponding value of X equal to 5 is mode. Very, very simple. See here, only one X value has highest frequency, that is 40. corresponding value of x is 5, corresponding value of x equal to 5 is mode. That is how we calculate mode. This is the first example. Now, what if they have given you class intervals? Okay, they have given you class intervals, and then you have to calculate. Again, unimodal, there is only one class interval which has highest frequency. Such class intervals are given. You have to use the formula. Okay. So let's solve one problem using the formula. So class intervals are given here and frequency is given. Okay. So class interval is 93, 97, 98, 102, 103, 107, 108 to 112, 113 to 117, 118 to 122, 123 to 127, 128 to 132. These are the class intervals given. Okay. Now they have also given you the frequency. Frequency for each class interval is 3, 5, 12, 17, 14, 6, 3, 1. This is the frequency given. Now see the class intervals. What is the assumption? Class intervals should be equal length, same magnitude, and exclusive. What are these class intervals? 93, 97, next is 98. These are inclusive class intervals and not continuous. What we have to do it? We have to convert this into continuous class intervals, exclusive continuous class intervals. So how to convert this into exclusive class interval? This is the first thing what you have to do. So convert this into exclusive class intervals. How to convert? Reduce 0.5 from lower class limit, increase 0.5 from the higher class limits. So 92 reduce 0.5, that is 93, 0.55 reduce, 92.5, 97.5. I reduced 0.5, I increased 0.5. Likewise, you have to do it for the same class, all classes. 97.5, 102.5, 102.5 to 107.5, 107.5 to 112.5, 112.5 to 117.5, 117.5 to 122.5, 122.5 to 127.5, 127.5 to 132.5. What you did here? You converted exclusive, sorry, this is inclusive class intervals are first converted into exclusive class intervals. Now you have both the things. Yes. So you have exclusive class intervals, continuous. See, this is continuous, 97, 97.5. So continuous class intervals, exclusive, and you also have the frequency. Now what you have to do? Find out the highest frequency. And it should be only in one class. So highest frequency here is 17. Now forget about this class intervals, inclusive class intervals. Now you have to consider only these two. So highest frequency is 17. So this is your modal class. In the in exclusive class intervals, frequency highest is in 17. So this class interval 107.5 to 112.5 is your modal class. Okay, and this is the class interval 107.5 to 112.5. This is your modal class interval. And this will give you F1, this will give you F0, and this will give you F2. How much is F1 here? 17, F0, 12, and here F2 is 14. Okay. Right. Now what you have to do? How much is H? H is equal to, that is magnitude of this class. How much it is? 5. What is lower limit of modal class? L. Lower limit of modal class. This is the modal class. Lower limit is this 107.5. Now you have all the numbers in place. You write mode formula. Mode is equal to L plus H into F1 minus F0 divided by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2. So you write this formula and replace the values. Fill the values. L is 107.5 plus H is 5. F1 is F1 is 17 minus F0 is 12 divided by 2. F1 is again 17 minus F0 is your value 12 minus F2 is 14. So 107.5 plus 5 into 5 divided by 17 to the 34 minus 26. 34 minus 26. That will give you 8. 8, which is equal to 107.5 plus 25 divided by 8. Divided by 8. So value is mode equal to 107.5 plus 3.125. 3.125, which is equal to 110.625. This is your mode. This is your, what you did? You took the formula, you replaced all values. 5 into 17 minus 12 is 5. 5 into 5 is 25. Bottom 17 into the 34 minus 12 minus 14 will give you 8. Okay. So 5 into 5 divided by 8. So 107.5 plus 25 divided by 8 is 107.5, 3.125. You add these, you will get 110.625. This is how we calculate mode. First is see what type of class intervals they are. Inclusive or exclusive. If they are inclusive class intervals, convert them into exclusive class intervals. How to convert? Reduce 0.5 from lower class limit, add 0.5 to upper class limit. All the class intervals. Next, find out which class interval has highest frequency. Highest frequency is 17. So this is the class interval. That is your modal class. This frequency is F1. This frequency is F0. This frequency is F2. Fill the value. Find out mode. So we saw two conditions here. One is value which has occurred maximum number of times and class interval with highest frequency. Only one frequency is highest here. No other class has 17 frequency. No other class. Only one class has highest frequency and 17. No other class has same frequency. So this is how we calculate for mode for unimodal data. What happens when say conversion we have seen? What happens if we are not able to calculate mode using, say, these methods? So let's try to solve one more problem here. Hope this is clear. Okay. Let's try to solve one more problem, third type. Okay. So now in this type of data, if they have given you annual sales in rupees thousands, they have given sales in rupees thousands, and they have also given you frequency. Okay, they have given two data. Here they have given less than 10. Frequency is 4. Less than 20. Frequency is 20. Likewise, less than 30. Frequency is 35. Likewise, less than 40. Frequency is 55. Next is less than 50. Frequency is 62. Less than 60. Frequency is 67. So this is the data given. See this. What they are given, they are not given class interval 0 to 10, 10 to 20, they are not given. What they are given? Less than 10, 4. Less than 20, 20 it means less than 20 includes this less than 10 also. So what is this basically? This is cumulative frequency. What we have to do? We have to convert it into frequency. So F is equal to, we have to convert this. Okay. So first what we have to do is, so convert this into class intervals. So class intervals less than 0 to 10. So 0 to 10, less than 20. So till 10 it is came here. Now 10 to 20. Till 20 it is here, less than 30. So 20 to 30. This is 30 to 40. 40 to 50. And 50 to 60. Okay. Now what we did, we converted this into class intervals. Now we have to convert this frequency. It is a cumulative frequency because the data given is, they have given less than data. So less than data is given cumulative. More than data is also cumulative. So less than data, cumulative frequency, convert it into frequency. So when it is less than, first as it is. 4 as it is. So less than 10, only 4 are there. Now how to calculate this frequency? What you have to do? This minus this. That is 20 minus 4. So here 20 minus 4. So what is the frequency here? 20 minus 4 is 60. Next, 35 minus 20. 35 minus 20. How much it is? 35 minus 20? 15. Next, 55 minus 35. So 55 minus 35. How much it is? 55 minus 35, it is 20. Next, 62 minus 55. 62 minus 55. This minus this. 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 So 62 minus 55. So here the frequency is 7. Okay. Next, 67 minus 62. Frequency is 5. Now you know class intervals and frequency for that particular class. Now here you can say 20 is highest. So why don't we calculate using 20 and this considering as the model class, highest frequency. But see the data, how it is. It has 4, it increased, okay? It increased, then it decreased, again increased, decreased and decreased. Irregular pattern. Increased, decreased, increased, decreased and decreased. Right? Irregular data is distributed in an irregular manner. So first two we can use only when we have this type of only one highest, one lowest. Then only we can use the previous method or this highest frequency model class method. For this type of data, we cannot apply model class method. What we have to do here is we can go for grouping method or we can go for empirical formula method. Grouping method or empirical formula method or relationship formula method. They also call it as empirical formula or relationship between mean, median, mode. So here I will not go for grouped method. In grouped, because here only one mode, one class has highest frequency, no other class. There is no bimodal data. No two classes have same highest frequency. So directly I will go for empirical formula. Empirical formula is empirical formula or relationship formula. Okay. So relationship formula. So here what I can do? See, mode equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. 3 median minus 2 mean. Now I have to calculate median and also mean. I have to calculate both. So to calculate mean, what is the formula? Mean is equal to A plus H into summation of F into D divided by N. This is your mean formula. Okay. This is your mean formula. So first you have to calculate mean for this. So I have to take one assumed mean. You have solved this problem. Take one assumed mean. You know H, you know N, you know F. You have to find out D. Okay. So you have to find out D. Right. I told you this. I will rub this. I will rub this one, and I will calculate D using assumed mean. So what I have to calculate here? D equal to, that is D equal to x minus a D equal to, before going to that, let's find out, when we want to calculate mean, let's find out the mid value. Mid value X. Okay. So here what is the mid value? 5. Here 15. Here 25. Here 35. 45 and 55. First thing is calculate mid value. Next, calculate D. So this is mid value. Calculate D is equal to X minus A divided by H. How much is H here? H is 10. H is equal to 10. And A is equal to, assumed mean. Here I will assume 35 as A. A is equal to 35. I will take H as 10, A as 35. So this is your A. So directly X is 35, A is 35 divided by 10. It is 0. Next, X is 25, A is 35. So 25 minus 35, 10. 10 divided by H, that is 10. So minus 1. This is minus 2. This is minus 3. This is 1. This is 2. Okay. Next, formula, in formula I have F into D. So I have to multiply this D into F. So 4 into 3 minus 12. 16 into 2, 32. 15 into minus 1, minus 15. This is 0. 7 into 1, 7. 5 into 2, 10. What I did, I multiplied F with D. So I got F into D. Next, what I want summation of F, summation of F into D. Summation of F, I already have 67. If you calculate this, it will be 67. Now, summation of F into D, it will be minus 40 minus 40. Summation of F into D is minus 42. Now, I have all the values. I will calculate mean. So, first thing I will calculate mean is equal to assumed mean plus H into summation of F into D divided by N. N is nothing but your frequency. So A is 35 plus H is 10 into minus 42 divided by N is 67. Okay, 67. So here it is. How much it will come? So this will be, mean will be 35, 10 minus 42, so minus 420 divided by 67. 10 into 420 divided by 67. So this will be your 35 minus 6.269, which will give you mean equal to 35 plus minus 6.269 will give me mean equal to 28.731. 28.731. This is the D. What I did, I just filled the formula. A is 35, H is 10, summation of FD is minus 42, N is your 67. So I just filled that formula. So 35 minus, so minus 42 into 10 is minus 420 divided by 67, so 35. So this divided by this 420 divided by 67 is 6.269. Therefore, mean is equal to 35 minus 629 will give me 28.731. So I have mean. I have mean. Now what I have to do? I have to calculate median. I have to calculate median. How to calculate median? So you have to rewind how we used to calculate median. Okay. What we used to do in calculating median? What is the median formula here that we can use? So I will just rub this because we are not going to use this anymore. So I will just rub this. Okay. These two anyhow we are not going to use. Okay. So mean is here. Now what I need? I need median. Median equal to, if you remember, median equal to, there is one formula for median, that is L plus H divided by F in the bracket N divided by 2 minus C. This is the formula for median. Okay. N is lower class limit of the median class. Now, how to find out median class? How to find out median class? So, first thing what we have to do is N divided by 2. How much it is? How much N? N is 67. 67 divided by 2. It is 33.5. N is 33.5. So what do you have to do? Find frequency higher than this. Just higher than this. Just higher than. So 33.5, find frequency just higher than this. 33.5. So 33.5. What is the next highest frequency here? This is your frequency. This is your frequency. Right? Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Okay, so here what we need is we have to find out median. Okay, so median formula is L plus H divided by F, N divided by 2 minus CF. So here we need to have L is lower class limit of median class. How to find out median class? So first N divided by 2. N is 67. So 67 divided by 2, which is 33.5. Now what you have to do? You have to find cumulative frequency, not frequency, cumulative frequency, CF, which they have given already in the problem. Cumulative frequency greater than, we have to find cumulative frequency greater than 33.5. So cumulative frequency more than 33.5 is 35. 33.5, cumulative frequency more than that is 35. So cumulative frequency greater than 33.5 is 33. 33.5 is 35. So now see, this is your cumulative frequency and this is your class interval. This is cumulative frequency, this is your class intervals. This is called as median class. Call this as median class. Now you have all the values. what you have to do? You have to just fill median equal to lower class limit is 20 plus h is 10. Frequency of that class. Frequency of that class. What is the frequency here? Frequency of that class is 15. In the bracket, n is 67 divided by 2 minus cumulative frequency above that class. Cumulative frequency. See, frequency of that class, and here 67 divided by 2, that is n divided by 2 minus CF. This CF is cumulative frequency above median class, which is 20. So frequency, first find out the median class. In median class, you will get the frequency and cumulative frequency above median class. So here 20 plus, that is lower class limit, 10 is your magnitude, F is your median class frequency, n divided by 2 minus cumulative frequency above median class. Now you just solve this. 20 plus, you solve this, this is 33.5 minus 20. So that will give you somewhere around 10 divided by 15. In the bracket, you will get say 13.5. Okay, 13.5. So median, you will get around 29. Okay, you will get median 29. So median equal to 20 plus 9 is equal to 20. So you have both. You have mean and you have median. Now you have to calculate mode. Just of this, which is not required. Okay. So you have median and also you have mean. Now you have to find mode. Mode equal to 3 median minus 2 mean, which is equal to 3 into median is 29 minus 2 into mean is 28.731. So this is equal to, median is equal to 87 minus 57.462, which will give you median is equal to 29.538 rupees. Okay. Now you have to convert this into thousands. But what you have to do? You just have to multiply with 1000. So this will give you, because value is given in thousands. So this is median equal to 29,538 rupees. This or this, whatever is 29.538 multiplied by 1000, because value is in 1000, so it is 29,538 rupees. This is your mix. This is how we calculate when we calculate mode when frequency distribution is irregular. So what all we have to do? See, we have to first see what type of class intervals they have given. Okay, whether they have given frequency or whether they have given cumulative frequency. Then write the class intervals, then convert cumulative frequency into frequency, find out the middle value, then find out D, then F into D. Okay, then you calculate mean. After calculating mean, you calculate median. Median formula you know. Then you have to find out median class. In median class, you will get lower limit and frequency, and then just above that you will get the cumulative frequency above the median class. Then you fill the formula, find out median. Now you know median and mean. With this formula, you will be getting your. This is one of the lengthiest problem and highest marks questions, like 15 marks questions. Problem this is, which we need to find out. So before blindly starting, try to see what type of data they have given and see whether data distribution is like this. That is only one frequency. Frequency has increased and then decreased. It should not be like this. Increase, decrease, increase, decrease. Data should not be like this. If data is like this, go and solve the problem. Sorry. If data is like this, you go with the unimodal thing. If data is like this, you solve the problem using this method. When you have to use this, see whether data is like this or data is like this. If like this, go for first method. If like this, go for this method. Okay. There is one more problem. What we have to see, what happens when we have two class intervals with same frequency. What happens? We have data which has increased, then two equal points, straight line, okay, straight line, and then decreased. What you will do? Or what if the data is like this, drops down, and again like this, and drop down? These 2 points are equal. What we will do at that time? So this is unimodal, one mode. This is frequency distribution is irregular. This is bimodal, 2 points are equal. This is infrequent distribution but bimodal, 2 points have equal frequencies. So we solved problems on this, we have solved problems on this. The next class, let's see how to solve problem for such kind of data. We call this as bimodal data, and we solve problem using grouping and analysis method, which we will take up in the next class. Right? So remember this, see what kind of data they have given, convert class intervals, cumulative frequency to frequency. If they have directly given class intervals and frequency, no problem. If they have given 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, no problem. They have already given you frequency. Remember, only if they have given less than or more than class intervals, then you have to convert cumulative frequency into frequency, just like how we calculated. Okay. So in the next class, we will see grouping and analysis method of solving the problems. Okay. Remember this. You have to remember all three. That is, you have to remember how to calculate mean, and also you have to remember how to calculate median. Then only you will be able to calculate the third point, that is the median. Okay. So this is one of the entire chapter you are using in this solving this one problem. Right? So watch this video once again. If you have any questions, you can WhatsApp me, you can call me, you can send me an email or comment on the video. But yes, read, try to learn and try to solve some more problems. Some of you might be facing connectivity issues. Videos you can see, but audio you are not able to listen, or you are getting only audio, video you are not getting. But definitely go watch this video. And also there is one video I have shared on these. Okay, I think 3 videos I have shared on mode which are related to this. Okay, so you can watch my video or you can watch that video, whichever is comfortable. Watch both the videos. I will be very, very happy and solve some more problems on these 3 types. Okay, thank you very much. Take care and be safe.